Welcome to Scoot on the Air YouTube channel. I'm Scoot. Thank you for being with me here. I want to just share with you another real story. I've been doing this a lot on my radio show on WWL in New Orleans. The real story behind different things, and we've really just started this, so we've just had a few of them on. I started with the real story behind the murder of Marvin Gaye, shot and killed by his dad in the family home the day before his birthday. Yeah, there was an interesting story behind that. It's posted here on the Scoot on the Air YouTube channel. You can also find a written version. It's a blog that I wrote, and all the blogs that I write are on the website, wwl.com. Click on shows in the upper left-hand corner, slide over to Scoot, and then you'll get to my page, and it's all there. Also, we did the truth behind, or the real story behind the rumors of Kurt Cobain. Was it suicide or was it murder? Some people think it was murder. And then we did Elvis and just how Elvis was kind of creepy with like how young Priscilla was when they first met. And it was a little weird. If Elvis would have done that today, he'd be called a pedophile. So anyway, that story's there as well. And again, all of these stories are right here on the Scoot on the Air YouTube channel as well. So today I want to share with you something that happened on this day, March the 10th, 1970. So it was on this day that the 60s rock group, the Turtles, very popular group from the 60s, the Turtles performed at the White House. Now, the Turtles had hits like Happy Together. That was their biggest. She'd Rather Be With Me. It Ain't Me, Babe. And what was another one? Eleanor was another big hit by the Turtles. So this was a big party for 24-year-old Tricia Nixon, who was the first daughter. Her dad was Richard Nixon, and he was president of the United States. So the Turtles, they really didn't want to do it, but their management insisted that they do it. Now, back in the 60s, during the British invasion, there were the good boy bands and the bad boy bands. Now, in the beginning, when they got into drugs, they changed a lot. But in the very beginning, the Beatles were seen as this new craze coming to America. They were seen as the good guys, the good boys. I mean, they were nice. They were nicely dressed. The songs, I Want to Hold Your Hand, She Loves You, Can't Buy Me Love, all these, very simple love songs. So the Beatles were among the good guys. The Turtles were among the good guys. Herman's Hermits, another example of that. The bad boys were like the Rolling Stones and the Animals, because they were just seen as a little more dirty, a little more grungy. So the Turtles were part of this group that would be considered among the good boys. They were anything but good at the White House. So the two frontmen of the Turtles are Flo and Eddie. Those were their nicknames. Mark Volman was Flo, and Howard Kalin was Eddie. Flo and Eddie were the front guys. In his autobiography, Shell-Shocked, My Life with the Turtles, Kalin opened up about the Turtles' performance that day at the White House, May 10th, 1970. Now, the Turtles did not agree as a band. They were young. They did not agree with Richard Nixon's policies at all. And so they really didn't want to do it, but their management convinced them to do it. So upon arrival, the Secret Service greets them. And, the Secret Service, you bring in a band, and the Secret Service has to check out the equipment. So the Secret Service is checking out the equipment, and their metronome just suddenly clicks on. And so there's ticking. Well, they draw their guns. The Secret Service draws their guns. They don't know what it is. It could be a bomb. So they go through all of this. They totally dismantle the metronome, and then they realize it's just a metronome. So everything was cleared. And by the way, the Turtles were reimbursed $17 for the cost of the metronome destroyed by the Secret Service. So the turtles were then led to the President Lincoln Library, and that was going to be their dressing room for the concert. The band had been smoking pot at the hotel before they arrived at the White House. They'd also been drinking some champagne. So there was a lot of talk about how buzzed they were. In fact, Eddie says, he admits that they were buzzed, and he said, "We were roaming around the most important home in America unsupervised. At one point, the band set up lines of cocaine, and the turtles snorted cocaine off Abraham Lincoln's desk in the White House." That's very disrespectful, right? These damn boomers, those baby boomers were just too crazy, right? No respect whatsoever. As they did coke off Abraham Lincoln's desk, Eddie said he wondered if this was exactly what the founding fathers had in mind. Land of the free, indeed. Well, I felt free and on top of the world. The Temptations and Helen Reddy were also part of this concert for Tricia Nixon. But nothing went wrong. Their lineups were just the shows. The lineup was just fine. Nothing really happened. However, Flo, Mark Volman of the Turtles, one of the front guys, he was so buzzed on coke, alcohol, and pot that he fell off the stage 5 times. I'm laughing because the audience found it humorous and very entertaining. Not long after they got off stage, Flo is trying to pick up Lucy Baines Johnson, the former first daughter from the Lyndon Baines Johnson administration, who was the predecessor of Richard Nixon. And he's trying to pick this girl up in front of her husband. Now, there was the potential for a lot of tension here, but apparently somebody came in and intervened, and it was all settled without anything getting out of control. Now, where was President Nixon? President Nixon was on an overseas trip at the time of this party. And Eddie writes in the book, "I am absolutely positive, considering our states of mind that evening, that I or some equally messed up turtle would have given him an earful of our contempt and probably would have ended up in Gitmo." And so there is the real story behind the Turtles' performance at the White House on this day, May the 10th, 1970. I'm Scoot. Thank you for joining me here. I hope you become a subscriber here to the Scoot on the Air YouTube channel. Join me on my radio show on WWL tomorrow afternoon. It's WWL in New Orleans, but you can download the app Odyssey, Audacy. Download the app Odyssey and type in WWL. And then you've got us wherever you've got your phone. I'm on 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, and that is Central Time. So thanks for joining me here on Scoot on the Air YouTube.